This is an overview of the derivative rule, the product rule, the quotient rule, and the chain rule. The example in these videos, I'm gonna solve them in part 2. The product rule applies when we have two multiply function, f of x multiplied by g of x. To take the derivative of them, I'm gonna first take the derivative of the first multiplied by the second function plus the first function multiplied by the derivative of the second function. An example will be when y equal to x cubed multiplied by e to the x. The first function gonna be equal to f of x, and that is x cubed. And the second function gonna be equal to g of x, and that is e to the x. And then the derivative y prime gonna be equal to f of prime multiplied by g, and then plus f multiplied by g prime. The quotient rule applies when we have two divided function, f of x divided by g of x. To take the derivative of that, it's gonna be the derivative of the first function multiplied by the second function minus the first function multiplied by the derivative of the second function all over the second function square. An example when we have y equal to x cubed over e to the x. The top function gonna be equal to f of x, and the bottom function gonna be equal to g of x. And the derivative of y gonna be equal to f of prime multiplied by g minus f multiplied by g prime over g squared. The chain rule applies when we have a composite function f of g of x. That just means a function inside of another function. When we want to take the derivative of that, it's gonna be the derivative of the outside function f of prime of g of x, then multiply by the derivative of the inside function g prime of x. An example when we have y equal to sine of 3x, the inside function gonna be equal to g, which is 3x, and the outside function gonna be equal to f, and it is sine. And then the derivative of y gonna be f of prime by g prime. Note in here, we can use all of these rules in one example. For example, when we have f of x equal to x squared multiplied by e to the sine cubed of 3x over sine of x. So when we want to take the derivative of this function, since this is a fraction, a function divided by another function, we're gonna use the quotient rule first, and then when we take the derivative of the top function, this is two multiplied function, x squared and e to the sine cubed of 3x. And then I'm gonna take the derivative of the second term on the top, which is e to the sine cubed of 3x. I'm gonna use the chain rule since this is a composite function.